Today I want to talk about like suicide and self-harm, all them feelings. Okay, starting off, like people who think that self-harm is a cry for attention, it's not. From personal experience, it takes so much for someone to feel so sad and unwanted and that they hate everything about themselves that they think that they deserve to, you know, self-harm. And, self-harm is different for everyone. Like, there's cutting, burning, pinching, scratching, hitting yourself. It's not just cutting, A lot of people don't know it's regular. I mean, some cases, like, people will burn themselves or break their bones. And for suicide, people who say that suicide is selfish, I'm sorry, but you don't have any right to judge people who self-harm and commit suicide or attempt. Until you've been there and felt that, until you've thought about dying so much that that's all you ever think about whenever you wake up in the morning, you just say to yourself, I can't go on any longer, I need to die. No one cares about me, I'm not wanted. You don't know how much that hurts, honestly. Depression, depression, it takes so much out of a person. Like, you're tired. You're just tired of everything. You just don't want to be here anymore. And tonight it's like what, Friday night? I went to this thing with my friends, and one of my good friends. I mean, she's a really amazing person. I love her to death. She, I trust her, and she asked me like why I was wearing sleeves because we were inside. I was like, just cause. And she just gave me this look, and she knew that, self-harm. And she just looked at me, and it looked like she was about to cry. She was literally, like, tears were forming in her eyes. And at first, she was yelling at me, of course. I mean, I can understand that. And then she calmed down and said, you know what, you have so much to live for. And everyone who hasn't met you yet, but is supposed to, they're missing out on such an amazing person. Why would you want to take that away from them? I just shrugged it off because I wanted to get off topic. I wanted to switch to something else because I felt guilty. I felt good. Bad I did that. I don't want my friends finding out. That's why a lot of people who self-harm, they wear sleeves, long pants, you know? You don't just, you can't just come out to someone and say, I self-harm or I want to commit suicide. You don't, because I guarantee, like, probably 90% of the reactions will be like, oh my gosh, that's so stupid, why would you do that? That's just dumb. What are you trying to do? Gain attention? And it takes a lot for a person to admit that, and, just wanted to say congratulations to everyone who's done that and try to get help, because that's a big step towards getting better. With depression, you feel like nothing will get better. I have depression right now, I mean, it's getting better, but every day is, like, more of a challenge. Like, I have gotten stares, and I hear people talking about me, and, say I have my headphones in, and I see people laughing at the halls, and they look at me and they laugh. I think they're talking about me. That just makes me feel worse. And I don't know if this is, like, what everyone feels like, but with self-harm, like, I feel so guilty after it. Like, it's just, I feel bad, but cutting, any self-harm. I just shouldn't say just cutting, any self-harm, any form of self-harm, like burning, scratching, biting, cutting. all that stuff. It's an addiction. Honestly, like last year, it got so bad for me. I would take sharp objects to school, and like after lunch, before lunch, between classes, I would go in the bathroom and I would just do my stuff, you know? Like, you feel this urge, it's like literally like a drug just taking over you, and there's no other feeling like it. But like for me, once I see the blood like dripping out, it's just a sense of relief. Like I feel like I deserve that. I feel like I deserve the pain, and nothing's ever gonna get better. And you know, sometimes I just sit awake at night just like thinking how easily I could just kill myself right now and no one would ever know. You know, my parents are asleep upstairs. Could just go a little bit too deep. And that's the problem, like, not everyone who self-harms wants to die. Sometimes they just need a way of coping, and that's the only thing that they think they should do to cope. It doesn't mean that they're suicidal. I mean, some of them are. I was before. I'm getting really better. Like, the support of friends, like, that's a really big thing. If you know someone who I can't even talk, self-harms, be their friend. Like, don't make them an outcast. You don't have to talk to them about self-harming. Just be their friend. Like, make them smile, like, once a day. I guarantee they will remember that. If you walk up to them and, like, hug them, they will remember that. And once you guys, like, if it's, like, your best friend, go ahead and talk to them about it. But don't push them into talking about it, because that will, for me, it makes me feel bad. Just say, you know, if you have anything at all you want to talk about, just tell it to me. I promise I won't judge you. Never judge them for it, because if you haven't been in their shoes where they have been, where they feel so depressed and lonely and worthless that they have to hurt themselves, you know, don't judge them. You have no right to judge them. And that's what makes me so mad. They're like, oh my gosh, you cut, or oh my gosh, you starved yourself. That's so stupid. What's wrong with you? And that's the problem with society. They say, you know what, you're beautiful in your own way, but if you're not a size 0, then you're ugly and you're worthless and you're stupid. That's not true. But it's sad to think that so many people believe that, and that they do stuff to themselves to make them feel like they're worth something in society. Okay, I'm gonna stop ranting now, so yeah.